If you're like me, you've started using crystals in your jewelry making and you're addicted to the sparkle. Now you want to attach crystals to everything. Well, in today's jewelry lesson, I'm going to show you some ideas for choosing the right adhesive for your project. So let's start out with these sparkly shoes. And anything that you do with leather or other non-porous surfaces like a cell phone, you'll want to use epoxy. And epoxy is two-part adhesive that you mix together, and you'll follow the directions for curing time. Now, there are a couple things to make this easier. There are syringes that you can use to put the glue in and make sure that your adhesive is perfectly placed on your piece, your article, whether it's a belt or shoes or purse, what have you. And a great tool to use with flatback crystals is a wax stick. So take a look at these flatbacks. You'll see that they do not have any adhesive on the back, and they have that really great faceting on the front that makes them very brilliant. And you could use your wax stick then to just pick up each crystal one at a time and place it on your piece that you're going to glue it on. And of course the syringe, you'll want to do your dot of glue first and then press the crystal onto it. Okay, now there's a different kind of flatback to use with fabric. These are Hotfix. They have adhesive already on the back, and they have the faceting on the front. Of course, they come in tons of colors, and you can adhere them to fabric. You can also put them on ribbon and other materials that are porous. So you'll want to do a water test, and if the water soaks into the surface of the fabric, then you'll know that that glue is going to bond permanently with the fabric. To adhere them, you'll use a heat set tool. This has a special tip that you use to pick up the crystal. So when your tool is hot, I don't have this one plugged in, but when your tool is hot, you'll pick up a crystal just by placing it on the top of the crystal and then pressing it firmly down onto your fabric to attach it. You'll be able to tell that the adhesive is ready when it bubbles a tiny bit. Now, an alternative to using the heat set tool is to use flatback crystals without the adhesive on the back and use a special glue that works for fabric. And that's handy when you're adding just a few crystals to costuming or wardrobe of some kind. Now, there's also a style of crystal that has adhesive that's meant for paper or wood, and you can use this to attach to paper crafting of all kinds. And I made this little card here just by using this pattern that's already prepared for you. You can see the crystals just stick to your clear sheet, and you press them down, and you'll want to position it, and then just go over it with your finger. If you feel like it needs extra pressure, you could use a corner of your bead mat or something to press it down a little bit. You wouldn't want to use anything that's too hard like a craft stick, but you can just do that and then lift your clear away, and your pattern stays really nice on your card. And that's a fun way, of course, that you can bling up gifts too. Now, the last thing that I wanted to show you is crystal chatons are the style of crystal that has a pointed back. They're available in a lot of different colors. They come in many different sizes, and they work really well with all these bezel settings that we've been showing you on Beads, Baubles, and Jewels. We have lots of ideas, of course. What you do with this is mix together the equal parts of both colors. So this one is kind of going to turn into the white color. So you're mixing the gray, and this is a special epoxy putty that when you mix it, it cures completely in 24 hours. But you have plenty of time for setting your chatons in the putty. And if you take a look at the necklace that I made here, it was using this technique, and I just mix those two parts, press them into the bezel setting, and then use the wax stick to press the chatons into place. And that's our jewelry making workshop, all about choosing your adhesives for crystal.